Hi there, I'm your host Corinne, and this is Okay But Are You Good? Where we check in on ourselves on a weekly basis to see how we're doing. Are we living our best lives, or are we just trying to get by? Another week of living the dream. I just finished my first half marathon in San Francisco, and I'm very excited. And this was way different than the full marathon I did, and it came with its own challenges. And I really had to push through for this one. I feel like in a different way than I had for the full, which is crazy because I thought it would be a lot easier since it was half of a full marathon, right? And I just really learned a lot. And I learned that I need to really listen to my body and know my limits and take care of myself and not just push things out so far and delay improvements and whatnot. And we'll get all into that. So with this half marathon, I really wanted this extra medal that you get if you run in SF in LA, and I got it. Yay. And I just wanted to keep up my goal and keep working towards something. But what I hadn't done is factor in of how I was going to feel after my first marathon and recover from that, and also train for another one just a couple months later. For me, I should have waited, but we can't go back, and we can only go forward and learn and know our limitations. I think I would have done a lot of things differently. I would have started physical therapy sooner. I would have tried to toughen it out and, we'll get better. I was in excruciating pain for months, and I was like, okay, you just keep doing this. And I wasn't able to work out my normal. And, I've only been going to PT for a couple weeks, and I already feel like my old self. So it's why do I do this to myself? Why do I just hope I can get it done and do things my way and it's all going to work out? Yes, it has worked out, but I think I'm just learning the hard way, and I wish I would have just started certain things sooner. And life is about learning. You can't grow if you don't learn and get through some challenges that, it's funny because I did this to myself. I paid for this. So leading up to the race and just after the race, I really realized okay, my goals are changing. It's not just doing it for the sake of doing it. I want to do it right, and I want to do it pain-free. And that's all I really care about now is getting the right technique, really honing in and focusing on the pre-run, during and at post stuff. There's so much that goes into running. And for someone like me that is a high chance of getting heat poisoning, I don't know if there's official medical term, but that's what I call it. I really have to be vigilant and stay hydrated more than I think I am. So I've just learned a lot, and I've I think it's helping me grow into a better person and really learn from my quote unquote mistakes of what isn't working, and really listening to my body of you need to do something because what you're doing isn't working and you're just hurting yourself unintentionally, of course. And for this race, because I was injured and then I'm still fresh off PT, yes, I feel better, but I hadn't been able to recover and retrain for this. I went into this totally blind. So I did walk way more of it than I wanted to, but the goal was to finish. It wasn't to get my best time and push myself and then get re-injured and just feel like garbage all over again. Because I went into this race not feeling well. I was super dehydrated and unwell leading up to it and unwell afterwards. Just a recipe for disaster. I really probably should have sat this one out, but I felt decent the day before and the day of the race, so I just went for it. I know my limitations. If I had to tap out midway, I would have tapped out. But I got it done because I was so determined to finish it, get my medals, and just reach this goal. And I don't recommend doing what I did. I think it's just knowing your limits, listen to your body, and determining what's important to you. And what was important to me was accomplishing this race and finishing it. And I did that. So I'm proud of myself, and I've learned a lot, and I need to slow down and really focus on my priorities and like my physical health. Because for me, working out and like getting in daily movement is so important. So it's like, why wouldn't you want to take care of that? I don't really know the answer. It's just because, or I do. It's because I went from working out 6 or 7 days, hard workouts for me, to like maybe half of that and like being in pain most of the time. And it's like, what is that accomplishing? Nothing. Like, but I'm going to get there. Like, it just took me months to get there. And I wish I had started months sooner, but you know, I'm learning. I'm only human. Unfortunately, I'm not a vampire. And I definitely wouldn't do this route again. I did not like the SF marathon. There wasn't a lot of water stations. Like, I would have brought more water with me, I guess. And like, it was hard to get around. I don't know. I just enjoyed LA's way more, even though the heat was really rough in LA. But I just think SF was way different and I don't need to do the route again, you know? But I really just would have like slowed down a little bit more, like not during the actual race. It just like between March and now, like I would have just like taken a break, but it was so important to me to have something to look forward to. And it's funny because I do have another race in 3 months. I can't stop. But I think this was like a big lesson for me of like knowing my limits, knowing to slow down. Because like if you're injured, it's just going to delay stuff. And if you keep re-injuring yourself, it's just not going to get you what you want. So it's really important to listen to your body and know what you have to do to take care of it. I should have known better, but I used to have to go to physical therapy and I really didn't like going. And I think that's a big reason why I pushed it out so much. I do like my new physical therapy place. So like, I just needed to like grow up a little bit and like do what I didn't want to do, but had to do, because like feeling good is important and not being in pain. I mean, like you need your knees for like everything. I mean, it would hurt walking. So there's a lot to learn with this, and it's good. Like I'm not giving up. I'm just like slowing down and really encouraging myself to like go at this new pace and remind myself like I will get back to where I was pre-injury, and like honing in on like what I need to do to prepare for my workouts and like post-care. I think like I'm just so focused on like getting the workout in. I'm not actually focused on like taking care of myself. And that's the whole point, right? For me, it's to take care of my physical and mental health. And I don't know. It's funny admitting like I should have done things differently, and I'm not perfect. And I already have stated like I should have maybe done a 5K, 10K, and then a half marathon, and then do the full instead of like working my way backwards. But that is just how I live my life. I guess I go all in on certain things. So I think like I've learned a lot if I haven't made that clear. And for my next race, I'm doing the Nike After Dark, which I'm super excited about. I think I'm going to thrive because it's in the evening and I'm not a morning person and it won't be hot. Or not too hot, hopefully. And I know what to do now, and that I didn't do for this race. I'll be in PT and I can properly train and not just like basically run 13.1 or walk, run, whatever I had to do to cross this finish line. But I can actually train properly because I didn't do that. So, gosh, I just feel so silly, but it's okay. I'm self-aware, right? I know what I got to do and not do next time. And like, we can only go up, right? So for these upcoming months, I'm really just going to focus on staying healthy and knowing my limits and working, like just taking everything day by day and getting my sleep, just, the basic necessities. And if I really took anything away from this race, it was that growth changes what success looks like. Sometimes it's pushing harder. Sometimes it's pulling back. The hard part is knowing the difference and the timing of both. So whatever you're working towards right now, I hope you give yourself permission to listen to your body, knowing your limits, and to trust yourself. And to remember that taking care of yourself isn't getting in the way of your goals. It's what allows you to keep chasing them. So I will leave you with that. Thank you so much for listening in. I'll catch you all next week. And don't forget to ask yourself, okay, but are you good? And make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.